John Beltran, Davey, right back from Husky Stadium in Florence, where the Beat Diggers lead 7-0. I had 4 minutes to rest my voice, and now all of a sudden it's starting to go away. But the Beat Diggers certainly dominated the opening half, outgaining Florence by 88 yards, and now will be on defense to start the second half. So I know it's only the first drive of the third quarter, Dave, but this is just as critical as what happened to begin the game, because the Beat Diggers set the tempo and the pace in the opening quarter with the first drive. Perhaps they could do that defensively in the third quarter.
You betcha. And it could start with this coin flip right here as Russ chooses which direction they want to kick the football. Are they going to kick it into the wind, or are they going to go ahead and play that field position battle right off the bat at the beginning of the half and kick with the wind at their back?
That's a good point, because usually you want the wind at your back in the fourth quarter, but that could affect their field position, obviously, in the third quarter. We remind you that if you're not at this game, that you can log on to ksir.com/sports. That's ksir.com/sports, and we will have video clips of this game coming up sometime tomorrow. I mean, you can check that out right now. There's video clips of several games this season. 6 of the first 10 games have video clips of many of the touchdowns and great plays throughout the Beat Diggers season. That's ksir.com/sports, and it looks like the Beat Diggers will have the wind at their back to begin the third quarter, leading by a score of 7-0.
Right, they're going to kick from the south, and the wind looks like it's just kind of whipping the same way it was. For 1 minute, the flag's hanging straight down, and then the next minute it's waving pretty good. The rain, it's really not raining all that hard, but there's a steady sprinkle going on out there, so the ball's going to be a little bit wet, and so is the field.
But the wind has certainly died down, as we can tell by the flags, but there's not much movement there. All right, so Jacob Fector will kick it off, and Kyle King is back deep to receive with Abram Mendoza. And King had that nice punt return, which set up Florence to the Beat Digger 38 before the Beat Diggers a few plays later made that stop on 4th and 1. Fector holding the hand up high. Gets a signal from the official. And there is a high, fairly deep kick backing up. Is King at the 6, straight ahead to the 10, running to the 15, and he's down at around the 23-yard line. Who else but Joe Rosenbrock down there on special teams to make the play?
Yeah, he hustled down there and tackled him below the waist. He had him down around the ankles. But I'll tell you what, I'm really proud of Fector. That might have been his best kick of the season.
Oh, yes.
As if it wasn't caught, I'm sure it would have landed on the 5, but it was also very high. It was one of those high kicks that allows the defenders to hustle down the field and get good coverage.
Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. 1st and 10 for Florence. The quarterback is Heath Benker at their own 23-yard line. Tyler Farrell, Leo Martinez, the backs, and there is the option by Benker. And Joe Rosenbrock has him as he runs right, but he continues to drive his way across the 25 to the 28-yard line, a gain of 5, and it was Rosenbrock and other Beat Diggers, including Kyle Hefner and 2 others, to make the tackle, but it was a healthy gain for Heath Benker.
Yeah, they're going to have to tackle him down low. They got to grab his legs and take him down right there instead of hitting him high, because he's so strong, like we said earlier. He delivers a blow.
2nd down and 5 for Florence at their own 28-yard line in the opening drive of the third quarter. The Beat Diggers have a 7-0 lead on a 20-yard pass from Eric Garcia to C.J. Kukas. Backs remain in and I. Benker has been in a shotgun formation before, but he's under center, and this time he'll keep the football running across the 30, spinning to the 32 as he was running left. Joe Rosenbrock did grab Benker around the ankles, but it's a gain of 4, 3rd down and a yard.
I think on that play, it looked like our middle linebackers were doing a good job of flying up there to make sure they were making the tackle on that fullback. Because remember, on this option, they have the first option is to hand the ball off up the middle, and that's something that the Diggers just can't afford to forget about.
3rd down and 1. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen, 3rd and 1. And rolling to his right is Benker. He wants to throw. Rosenbrock there. Heaves it up the right sideline. That pass is going to be incomplete. It was out of bounds. C.J. Kukas had the receiver. Spencer Drake well defended along the 26-yard line of the Beat Diggers. It'll be 4th and 1. And, well, I was surprised they went to that play.
Me too, after running that option 2 times successfully, or actually 3 times successfully, more than that in the first half. that time they could have came back and just ran a dive or even a quarterback keeper up the middle the way Banker's been tearing it up, but they didn't, and they chose to throw the deep ball.
And because the Beat Diggers stopped Florence in the opening half on a 4th and 1 from the 16, they're going to punt on 4th and 1 from their own 32. They've got to watch out for the fake, of course. Danny Droll is back to punt. There's the snap. The Beat Diggers get the rush on, and that's a line drive and a fair catch by Shea Hansen at the 37-yard line. So the Beat Diggers set up in pretty good field position after that punt. Went for 31 yards. And this could be a money drive for Brush if they could separate themselves from the Huskies to begin the third quarter with 10:16 to go. Beat Diggers leading 7-0.
And take a lot of time off the clock. One of those 15-play drives like we had in the first half would really go a long way into really pounding the nails in the Huskies' coffin.
1st and 10 for Brush. At their own 37-yard line, they're going to the Maryland I. And Garcia's going to hand it off to Morrow. He's hit in the backfield. No gain. John Alexander makes the tackle as he was running right. And Morrow's one of those guys. He's a different type of runner than Seawald and Weiser. If he doesn't have a seam, it's hard for him to pick up those additional yards, and that's why it was no gain. He just didn't have the blocking there for him.
Yeah, he's about 140 pounds, but one of those linebackers shot through on that play and tackled him from behind. Usually on the Maryland I, it's really a quick hitter and a really fast sort of an offense, and that time it just seemed pretty slow.
2nd down and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 37-yard line. Maryland I again. And Garcia to hand it off to Rosenbrock, running right, swings it to the outside, and he is down at the line of scrimmage as Kyle King made the tackle from his defensive back position. 3rd down and 10, so 2 plays for the Beat Diggers on offense and no yards.
Right, just going to a little bit different offense and trying to run power against this big Florence Husky defense. And Florence just doing a good job of tackling low. Rosenbrock broke the first tackle, and he's such a good running back. You expect him to pick up quite a few yards after that initial surge, but Florence, the second guy, flew in there and really hit him low.
The Beat Diggers have not been in too many passing situations. Here's one of them. Kukas, the receiver, to the left. 3rd and 10 for the 37. And there's the handoff for a gain of 1, maybe right up the middle to Skyler Seawald. And the penetration over there by Florence's Darren Bruhel. It'll be 4th down. They'll call it 10-0. Actually, right at the line of scrimmage. And the Beat Diggers will have to punt. That was maybe their most inept drive of the season.
Right. That last play, they tried to fake the quick pitch to the right and then hand it off back to the left and maybe pick up some big yards on that trap, but it just wasn't there.
Kyle King back deep to receive. Perfect snap to C.J. Kukas. There comes the pressure. A gorgeous high kick. King calls for a fair catch, and he makes it at the 29-yard line. So basically all the Beat Diggers did was take off an extra minute and 50 seconds off the game clock because that possession obviously did not accomplish much. And Florence takes over with 8:20 to go in the third at the 30 officially, trailing the Beat Diggers 7-0.
Hopefully that last stoppage there by Florence wasn't a momentum turner. We'll see how they come out this time if they come out and try to open that offense up throwing the football again.
Heath Banker, the quarterback, is under center. 1st and 10 from the 30. He's going to roll to his left, wants to throw, looking for a receiver. He's going to have to run out of it at the 30-yard line. Slips out of a tackle. He's down at the 37, but he picks up 7 yards in the play. That Banker is just so elusive. And there were several Beat Diggers around that football, including Shea Hansen and Derek Lynch. It'll be 2nd down and 3. If the receiver's not open because the Beat Diggers are covering the receivers well, Banker, as you mentioned throughout the course of the broadcast, is a very elusive runner.
Now, they don't have over 20 offensive plays total, but 13 of them are just Bankers. And, that's nothing new for us because we've seen that out of quarterbacks week in, week out this last half of the season.
2nd down and 3 for Florence at their own 37-yard line with 7:35 to go in the third, and the Beat Diggers up 7-0. Receivers split left and right. Banker will hand the football off across the 40 to the 43. That's a 1st down and a gain of 6 as Tyler Farrell is tackled over there by Joe Rosenbrock and Kyle Hefner, but he got the necessary yardage, and the sticks continue to move for Florence.
Banker left that football in Farrell's belly till the last minute, till he looked up and he saw Weiser standing there looking at his face, and he went ahead and let Farrell keep it and decided not to keep it himself.